If you're a fan of bold, savory cocktails, then you're gonna love this Dirty Martini Pitcher. Instead of mixing one martini at a time, this recipe lets you prepare a full batch so you can serve several perfectly chilled martinis with ease. It's ideal for dinner parties, cocktail nights, holiday gatherings, or anytime you want a sophisticated drink ready to pour without stepping away from your guests. The Dirty Martini is one of the most iconic cocktails in the world, known for its clean spirit base, subtle herbal notes from the dry vermouth, and that unmistakable salty kick from the olive brine. It's a drink that balances elegance with bold flavor. While the classic version is usually stirred individually in a mixing glass, batching it into a pitcher allows you to maintain the same balance while simplifying the process for entertaining. In this recipe, we'll combine gin or vodka with dry vermouth and olive brine and add ice and a small amount of dilution so the cocktail tastes exactly like the properly stirred martini. The result is a beautifully chilled pitcher of dry martinis that can be poured straight into glasses whenever your guests are ready for another round. The olives play a starring role here. Not only do they provide the briny flavor that defines the drink, but they also add visual appeal, floating in the pitcher and resting in the glass. Each martini is finished with a simple olive garnish that reinforces the savory profile and gives the drink its classic presentation. Another great advantage of a pitcher martini is temperature control. By chilling the mixture in advance, the cocktail stays cold and smooth without over diluting. You can even briefly refrigerate or freezer chill the pitcher before serving, ensuring every glass tastes crisp, balanced, and refreshing. This Dirty Martini Pitcher is perfect for anyone who appreciates classic cocktails but wants the convenience of batch preparation. Whether you're hosting a small gathering or simply want a sophisticated drink ready to pour, this method keeps things simple while delivering the timeless flavor martini lovers expect. So grab your pitcher, your olives, and your favorite spirit, and let's make a dry martini the easy way. Smooth, savory, and ready to serve. Cheers! Begin by placing a clean glass pitcher on the counter. A clear pitcher works the best because it lets you see the ingredients as they combine, giving the cocktail an elegant presentation once the olives and ice are added. Starting with an empty pitcher also ensures that the mixture will blend evenly when the liquids are poured in later. Gather all the ingredients needed to make a Dirty Martini Pitcher. These include green cocktail olives, olive brine, dry vermouth, and either gin or vodka, depending on your preference. Having everything measured and ready keeps the process smooth and ensures the cocktail is balanced correctly. Set out a bowl of green olives, which will provide both garnish and flavor. The olives are a defining feature of the dry martini, contributing the salty and savory notes that make the cocktail distinctive. Firm, briny olives work best because they hold their shape in the drink and deliver strong flavor. Measure the olive brine into a measuring cup. The brine is what gives the martini its dirty character. It adds a slightly salty, savory depth that contrasts beautifully with the clean spirit and herbal vermouth. Measure the dry vermouth into a measuring cup. Vermouth adds subtle herbal complexity that helps soften the sharp edge of the alcohol. Using the right amount ensures the cocktail stays balanced rather than overly strong. Measure the gin or vodka that will form the base of the cocktail. Gin brings botanical complexity while vodka produces a cleaner, smoother martini flavor. Either option works well depending on your personal preference. Add several handfuls of ice cubes into the pitcher. The ice chills the cocktail quickly and begins the dilution process that normally occurs when stirring a martini with ice. Pour the measured olive brine into the pitcher over the ice. The brine immediately begins blending with the cold surface of the ice, helping distribute the salty flavor throughout the drink. Add the dry vermouth to the pitcher. As it combines with the brine, it introduces aromatic herbal notes that soften and round out the cocktail. Pour the gin or vodka into the pitcher. The spirit forms the backbone of the drink, tying together the brine and the vermouth into a balanced cocktail mixture. Measure a small amount of cold water. This step mimics the slight dilution that normally occurs when a martini is stirred with ice, helping the cocktail achieve the smooth texture of a properly mixed drink. Add the cold water into the pitcher. This ensures the final drink is perfectly balanced and not overly strong when served. Use a long bar spoon to stir the mixture slowly. Stirring gently chills the cocktail while evenly distributing the ingredients without introducing excess air. Continue stirring until the liquid becomes slightly cloudy from the olive brine and fully chilled. This is a sign that the ingredients have blended together. Add several green olives directly into the pitcher. They enhance the flavor as they sit in the drink and also create the classic Dirty Martini appearance. Allow the olives to float among the ice cubes. At this point, the cocktail mixture is fully combined and ready to be served. Place the martini glasses beside the pitcher so they are ready to be filled. Chilled glasses work best because they keep the martini cold longer. Carefully pour the martini mixture from the pitcher into the first martini glass. The olives and ice remain in the pitcher while the chilled cocktail flows smoothly into the glass. Fill a second martini glass in the same way, pouring slowly so the drink remains clear and evenly mixed. Place an olive garnish pick into the first martini glass. The olives reinforce the briny flavor and give the drink its classic presentation. Add the olive garnish pick to the second glass. The finished drinks now display the signature look of a dirty martini. Set the finished martini glasses beside the pitcher. The combination of chilled cocktail, floating olives, and clear glassware creates a visually appealing serving arrangement. Cover the pitcher with plastic wrap or a lid. This helps preserve the aroma and keeps the drink fresh if it needs to chill for a while before serving. Place the covered pitcher in the refrigerator. Chilling allows the flavors to settle while keeping the cocktail perfectly cold. Remove the pitcher from the refrigerator and give the mixture a gentle stir to refresh the drink before pouring. For extra chilling, place the pitcher briefly in the freezer. This step quickly lowers the temperature of the cocktail without watering it down. Remove the pitcher from the refrigerator once the mixture is thoroughly chilled but not frozen. Stir the cocktail again to redistribute the olives and ice before serving. Pour a fresh martini from the pitcher into a clean glass. Add a new olive garnish to the freshly poured drink. Serve the dirty martini beside the pitcher, ready for guests to enjoy. The final presentation shows chilled martini garnished with olives along with the remaining cocktail in the pitcher. Some notes from the bartender. A dirty martini may look simple, but its flavor depends heavily on balance and quality ingredients. When batching martinis in a pitcher, a few small adjustments make sure that the cocktail tastes exactly like the one that was carefully stirred in a mixing glass. These tips can help maintain that classic bar quality results. One of the most important decisions is choosing the base spirit. Gin produces a more traditional martini with botanical complexity from juniper and herbs. Vodka, on the other hand, creates a cleaner, smoother cocktail that lets the olive brine stand out more clearly. Both styles are widely enjoyed, so the choice really comes down to personal preference or what your guests prefer. Olive brine is what gives a dirty martini its signature savory flavor, so using a good brine makes a notable difference. High quality cocktail olives packed in flavorful brine provide the best results. Avoid overly salty or artificially tasting brines, since they can overpower the drink. If you like a very dirty martini, simply increase the amount of brine slightly until it reaches the flavor intensity you enjoy. Dry vermouth plays an important supporting role even though it is used in smaller amounts. It adds herbal complexity and softens the sharp edge of the alcohol. Fresh vermouth always tastes better, so it should be refrigerated after opening and ideally used within a few weeks. Because martinis are traditionally stirred with ice, batching them in a pitcher requires a small amount of added water to replicate that dilution. This step prevents the cocktail from tasting overly strong while helping the flavors integrate smoothly. Glassware temperature also matters. Chilled martini glasses keep the drink crisp and refreshing for longer. Placing the glasses in the freezer for a few minutes before serving give the cocktail a professional presentation and prevents it from warming too quickly. The olive garnish is more than just decoration. As the olives sit in the drink, they continue to add subtle briny flavor. Many bartenders use 2 or 3 olives on a pick, which is considered the classic garnish for a dirty martini. If you're hosting guests, making a martini in a pitcher is a great way to keep the evening relaxed. The drink can be mixed ahead of time and stored in the refrigerator until needed. When it's time to serve, simply stir the mixture again and pour into chilled glasses. Finally, remember that the dry martini is meant to be smooth, cold, and balanced. When the brine, vermouth, and spirits are properly combined, the result is a savory cocktail that's just right amount of saltiness and elegance. It's a timeless drink that works just as well as a casual gathering as it does at a formal dinner party. And there you have it, a smooth, savory, and incredibly easy dirty martini pitcher that's perfect for serving a group without the hassle of mixing individual drinks all night long. With just a few classic ingredients and a simple stirring process, you can prepare a batch of martinis that delivers the same balanced flavor you'd expect from a cocktail bar. One of the best things about making martinis this way is the convenience. Instead of stopping to measure and stir every time someone wants another drink, the pitcher keeps everything ready to pour. The cocktail stays chilled, the flavors stay balanced, and you get to spend more time enjoying the evening with your guests. The combination of gin or vodka, dry vermouth, and olive brine creates that unmistakable dirty martini flavor. Clean, slightly herbal, and perfectly savory. The olives floating in the pitcher not only add visual appeal, but also continue to infuse the drink with subtle briny character as it sits. This pitcher method also gives you flexibility. You can easily adjust the level of dirty by adding a little more or less olive brine, depending on your taste. Some people prefer just a hint of brine, while others enjoy a martini that leans boldly into those salty, savory notes. If you're entertaining, you can even mix the pitcher ahead of time and keep it chilled in the refrigerator until you're ready to serve. A quick stir, a fresh olive garnish, and the martinis are ready to go. It's an easy way to add a touch of cocktail lounge elegance to any gathering. Whether you're hosting a party, relaxing with friends, or simply enjoying a quiet evening cocktail, this dirty martini pitcher keeps things simple while still delivering a timeless classic. Thanks for spending some time with me behind the bar. Today, if you enjoy this recipe and want to see more easy cocktails, batch drinks, and entertaining ideas, be sure to subscribe so you never miss a new recipe. Until next time, raise a glass, enjoy responsibly, and cheers from Cooking with Rod.